Hello, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday and the start of a new week. It has been fun getting here and getting on live, but here we are, and it's Monday morning, Supercharged Manifesting Monday. Time for some spiritual coffee, and I'm really excited for this conversation today. And continuing what we were talking about last week around asking. I'm sorry. Last week we talked about the sky being the limit and that the sky is only an illusion, and if the sky is only an illusion, then there really are no limits, right? So I loved, good morning, Mildred, Jackie, Wanda, everyone joining. I absolutely loved all of the comments and the posts and those of you that shared last week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to do that. And knowing that the conversation this morning is going to be a little bit of a continuation of that. So I got off the live and I sat here and just kind of, came down off the high of being with you guys and just sat thinking about what I had just shared and the fact that I really wished I could have said this and I could have said that and all these things I wanted to say. And I'm like, well, the live is done and that's that. And then I had a conversation with one of our peeps. It's really hard for me to say clients, but for all intents and purposes, one of our clients who I refer to as just a family member and who has moved on to the highest level with us, and she's now an elite. And so we were having a conversation and she was reminding me of all the things that she manifested in the first part of our program, which was just, the list just went on and on and on. It's absolutely amazing. And then there was one thing that she manifested that was really near and dear to her heart. And, we've known about this in the group. We know that she manifested it, and it was just really beautiful for me to witness. And then I thought, that is a perfect thing to continue to come back on this Monday morning and share with all of you, right? So we're talking about permission to ask, because even though the sky is an illusion and there are no limits, and we have the opportunity to receive anything that our hearts desire, why aren't we? Why aren't we? What gets in the way? What stops us? And this beautiful lady that's going to be sharing this morning is going to, really help you to see, I believe, really help you to see what it is that, even though conceptually you get what I'm saying, and last week, we typed the word infinite. We said there are no limits except our imagination. And even though we know that, like we know it here, but we don't, something's stopping us here. And I believe in my work that it's permission. When you were growing up, I know for me and a lot of people that I know, and I see this with my clients, it's like you as a child, you don't have permission to ask for the extra thing. You don't have permission to ask for the thing you really want. It's like, here's what you've been given. Be satisfied with that. Don't ask for more, right? And we kind of grew up with this concept that it's wrong to ask. And what I find for me when I'm looking to manifest, and I wrote this in our emails that went out this morning, is I want the most amazing thing because I am phenomenal at dreaming. So I'll want to manifest the most amazing thing. And then as time goes on, and it seems as if, because that's all it seems as if I'm not manifesting, the next time I go to journal about it, the next time I go to ask, what I find myself doing is kind of stripping down the ask. It's like the longer it takes in my time frame to manifest is the more discouraged I get. And almost I go back to that little girl who says, you shouldn't be asking for that much. That's why it's not manifesting. You're asking for too much. And, it's like you don't have permission to do that. You don't have that kind of access level. And so I just wanted to go ahead, Denise. I just wanted to open up the space for you to consider, could that be what's causing the limits for you? Could it be that there's this idea that you don't have permission to ask? Or could it be that you've been waiting for such a long time that you're starting to strip down what it is that you want to manifest? And here's the thing that I said. So actually, I have two guests on this morning, but with Shamonia, who I'm going to invite next, I said to her as she was sharing her story, you know what? I think sometimes we're not manifesting because we're asking so small. We're asking so small, and I've done a whole Facebook live on this, the cost of asking small. And just to put it in a nutshell, the cost of asking small is that you get small, right? So the conversation I want to have is like Denise said, is asking largely, and that you have permission to ask largely. And so I think that sometimes the universe is just like, I don't play in this little tiny realm that you want to play in. And if there are no limits, right? If the sky is an illusion and we can be asking for anything that we want, but over time we look at the appearance and we start saying, "Oh, it's not manifesting," you know, what we do is we start stripping down and stripping down and stripping down till we're back down to earth in our asking, like just enough. And the universe is like, I don't play there. Like, you deserve way more than that. That little bit that you're asking for, you can do that on your own. I want to play in a bigger realm, right? The infinite possibilities where you have to get that through me. So come back up here and ask largely. And I'm going to invite the beautiful. One quick second, let me get her on.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hang on one quick second. Let me make sure I can see you. There you are. How are you, gorgeous?
I am doing well.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that you're on with us this morning. And, you know, I know you know the story I want you to share, but if
Yes,
you would just, start from the point of your heart really desired something, and you started to ask for it from the place of, well, what's real, what's my, what is my bank account, what does the world say I can have in the context of what you wanted. So why don't you go ahead, and then let me just frame it. Once you stop playing small and really give yourself permission to go for what you wanted, you manifested it, right? So I would love for you to
yes.
share with everyone about that process for you.
Okay, so good morning. So I was sharing with Tasha how I was, when I first joined our group, I wrote down some things that I wanted to achieve. And one of the things was I wanted to own a home. So I went through the pre-approval process, and based upon the qualification, it was saying that I was qualified for a certain amount. But the houses that I was looking at based upon the qualifications didn't fit what I really want and what I had envisioned. So we went through this exercise of visualizing how we want to live, like our home, our car, and all these things. So I had this vision of this nice big home, right? But I'm going out looking at based upon what I'm qualified for. And I was like, this is not matching up. So I started getting confused in my mind, but I didn't want to call Tasha and I didn't want to reach out to Diane. So I literally reached out to another one of our, which I call her my accountability partner. And I said, listen, I'm confused because I'm trying to go look at houses that's based upon what I'm qualified for. But I envisioned something else. I envisioned my kitchen to look different than what I was seeing. And so, guess what I did? I told Tasha, I said, Tasha, guess what I did? I actually went back to the lender and asked for an increase. And they said, they asked me, what other income you have? And I didn't provide all of my self employment income from my businesses. And I sent in my bank statements, and voila, literally my amount doubled. So I actually end up going from looking at condos and townhouses, two bedroom, one bath, two bath, to ending up with a 4 bedroom, three bath, 3.5 bath home that's close to 3,000 square footage on a lake with a marina, with a community pool, exercise, like all these different things manifest with in a beautiful neighborhood. So I said, Tasha, like literally, I was just giving my testimony. I reached out to her just to tell her thank you, and that everything that I had envisioned for myself manifest. So I'm going to share that story because there's so many more. But Tasha, that is it. Asking for permission literally doubled my limit on my home purchase, and that home, I'm in Texas, so that the purchase price I put in for was for 400,000, and that was their asking price. So I went from like 250 to 400,000.
Oh my gosh. Like, I'm like, Tasha, you can't cry. You got like eye stuff on. You can't do that. I'm smiling. My face hurts so much because thank you for sharing that story with everyone. And I want everyone to be inspired. Maybe you're not trying to buy a house today. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe it's
Mhm.
just more money. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's better health. Maybe whatever it is. The point is, be inspired by Shimona, who realized she wasn't getting what she really desired because she was settling for what the world was saying. This is what you can
Right,
have, right? The
right.
standards of the world and the appearances, because that's all it is. Do not be misguided by the appearances. The appearances were saying this is all you can have. And once she stood for what she really wanted and said, let me go ask. And that's what I want you guys to hear is that there are no limits, but you have to ask. You have to ask for what you desire. And that's what she did.
That's
She
true.
went and gave herself permission to ask. And I absolutely love your story, right? From 2 bedroom and condo with 1 bath. She showed me a picture of her house. It's bigger than mine. I'm like, oh my gosh. Talk about what I want for myself, I want for everyone else, and for all of you have even more. And so thank you so much for sharing, Shimon, and thanks for being on. I know it's really early for you. So
Yes.
thank you. All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. So now I'm going to bring on, hang on a second. So I'm going to have to ask you that. I'm going to bring on our other amazing lady. But before I do, Bev, your camera doesn't seem like it's on because I can't see you. Um, there we go. Okay, great. So I'm going to bring on this other lovely lady. And I just want to say before she comes on that, Shimonia talked about asking for what you really want. And here's the reality. I mean, I'm going to tell you, if you've been waiting for permission, the way when we were growing up, we needed permission from our parents, from our teacher. I remember being in school and it's like, I want to go to the bathroom, and we had to go ask the teacher for permission to go. So, all these things set up throughout our lives where others had to grant us permission. And if that's what you've been accustomed to, and you're waiting for whatever reason, then I hereby grant you all permission. If that's what like, for whatever reason you're just waiting for somebody to give you permission, I give you permission. You have full permission to ask. But what I want, and my heart truly desires, is that you become self-empowered and you give yourself permission to ask, because you deserve everything that your heart desires. And here's the kind of tricky little thing: you have the desire because it was meant for you. So truthfully, you don't even need the permission. But I get it. Sometimes it kind of feels like we got to get permission. The most beautiful place to live is empowered. So give yourself the permission this morning. I would love for you all to just go ahead. I would love for you all to just go ahead and just do that right now. I give myself permission. Can you guys all type that? I give myself permission to ask for what I truly desire. I give myself permission to ask for what I truly desire. Awesome. Esther says, I love it, Tasha, that you granted us permission. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now I'm gonna bring on Bev, and I'm gonna ask Bev to share. Bev is she's written a book, and she's part of this amazing book called Permission. And I absolutely love part of, I read her contribution, and there's a story that she tells in there that I think is really really powerful. It was her defining moment, and it really talks about understanding another piece of why we don't ask for permission. And it's related to recognizing how powerful we really are. So, Bev, would you come on
Good
and
morning,
join us? Good
Tasha.
morning.
Hi.
How are you, gorgeous lady?
I am fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you. So this is Beverly Frey, and everyone on our email list, go check your email from Tasha at Science of Getting Rich Academy, because you will want to get Bev's book, and I have the link in the book um, posted. If you're not on my email list, which you should be, but if you're not, you can go ahead and tag me here, and I'll or tag Beverly Frey, and she'll get you the link to get her book. Because after you hear her share, you are going to want to read it. So, Beverly, there's a point in your book where you talk about watching a movie based on Maya Angelou's life. And
Hmm.
there's a scene in the movie where you realized, right? And what I love about that was you shared that you'd done all the personal development work, you had done everything to literally be in the place where you should be asking for what you really want. You know that you at least know that you should, and you know that you can, but you still weren't. You found that you still weren't really going for it all, giving yourself permission. And then you saw a scene in the movie, and I don't want to spill the beans for everyone. I want it to come from you, because when I read that, everything in me just share the scene.
Yeah, so there's a scene in the movie where it's obviously Maya Angelou as a little girl, and there's a scene, child abuse situation had taken place, and she knew she needed to talk about it, but rather than talking about it, she stuffed socks into her mouth to stop herself from speaking. And when I saw that part of the movie, I realized that I had done so much work, so much sharing, so much helping others, but there was obviously still something within me that needed to shift. And I think it's what's really powerful about that is, as you say, at that moment, I probably just asked for, I need to just surrender this. I need to surrender it in a different way. And I just asked, okay, how is this? How is this going to, not how, as you would say, I just need to just surrender this. And however this is going to turn out, and the journey that that has taken me on from March last year to the end of the year was absolutely amazing. So being part of the elite, being having you and Diane at my side, tears, all sorts of things, until the right mentors and support came in. You know, I've done all the support, but there was just something that still needed to shift. I actually made the decision to then go and do a speaking course. Not necessarily that I could be a speaker on the stage, but actually the more I realize how powerful my message is. So actually, yes, I've got to speak up. I've got to speak up for myself. I've got to speak up for women, got to speak up for children. But it's bigger than that. And I realized at that moment that is the bit that had been holding me for so long, because I didn't want to be visible.
Wow. Okay, there's so much, and I didn't want to stop you because I really wanted you to get out, and I really wanted everyone to feel the emotion. So, um, you guys, did you hear a point in the movie where Maya Angelou stuffed her mouth with socks? Just think about that, because when I read that, I mean, I was moved not only for Beverly, but I was moved for all the times in my life where I was doing the exact same thing, whether it was in our relationship, whether it was in our business, whether it was with my parents, you name it. The number of times throughout my life where I just wasn't standing for myself and stuffing my mouth with socks. And it's not even with other humans. I want you to just consider how you're doing that with God, how you're doing that with the universe, like literally. And in the book, or I think it might have been you, Bev, saying, because the truth is, we know how powerful our words are.
Hmm.
And it
Hmm.
scares us to ask because we know how powerful asking really is. And
Hmm.
so I really wanted Beverly to share right after Shimona inspired you all to just go for it and ask. I really wanted any little remnant of why you're not asking, why you're stuffing your mouth with socks, whatever. Just think about that, and sometimes it's just the jarring nature of that image that will cause you, like Beverly did, to pause and go, that's it. That is it. This is no more. And like she said, the point at which she surrendered it. We talked about surrender 2 weeks ago. So if you guys want to go back and watch that live 2 weeks ago, we talk about just surrendering. But the point at which she surrendered and just gave it all over to, and I consider even the surrender as permission, like just take this and help me. That's an ask. Surrendering is an ask. And all these amazing things have happened. I mean, Bev, you're unrecognizable today than like you said last March. Everything has opened up because she was
Hmm.
willing to ask. So I want to encourage all of you, you absolutely must read Bev's book. She is now, I love it. She's taken all of her knowledge, wisdom, and experience, and she now stands as a voice for women and helping women give themselves permission to ask and to become empowered. And so, if you're a woman who needs some support with that, please reach out to Bev. But absolutely, tag her here or tag me or open your emails. I have a link to the book for you all to enjoy. Bev, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tasha. Thank you.
Yay! All right, my love. So if you can, let's see if I can hold on, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys. So that's what I have for you for this Monday morning. I want to remind you, though, we have an exciting thing coming up. One of my favorite times of the year is that we're getting ready to do another money attraction challenge. So for today, I want everyone just to save the date. It's going to be August 30th. I want to give you a whole month's notice so that you have the entire week mapped off, ready to be here for 5 days. Those of you that have done the challenge, you can type a little something to inspire everyone else. Like, it's the best thing ever. The challenge is amazing. If you feel that way, would you type that? The challenge, the money challenge is amazing. If that just came to me. So if you feel like that, go ahead and type it. So others watching will be just, on fire to join us for 5 days. We're going to talk about money all 5 days. It's an amazing time. We have thousands of people from all over the world. The energy is like literally you turn TV off, you turn everything off, you just wait for the lives every day for the challenge, right? So I'm looking forward to having you guys go ahead and save the date. It's August 30th to September 3rd, all 5 days, 12 Eastern every day. Mark it off in your calendar. Just put time with Tasha. Time with Tasha. Just put that in your calendars. Get ready to start thinking about who you're going to invite because we give you prizes for inviting people. What else do I want to tell you? I've been in Jamaica this whole time getting all kinds of downloads. Every challenge is different. This one's going to be amazing. The downloads have just been like incredible, incredible. Can't wait to share it with you guys. We're going to change some lives and transform some money stories at the end of August. All right. So, with that, thank you, all of you that are saying the money challenge is amazing. I'm going to give you the registration details in the weeks to come, how to invite a friend, all that good stuff is coming up. I just wanted you right now to save the date. And so, with that, thank you guys. I love it. All of you guys. guys. Oh, I love that you guys are all saying the challenge was amazing. I know lots of lives have been changed, and I'm very grateful to have been on the journey with so many of you. All right, guys, I give myself permission to ask for what I truly desire. It is my hope and my intention that this morning you have all really granted yourselves the permission that you've been waiting for. You can give it to yourselves. So go ahead and just ask. Ask largely. Give yourselves permission and then ask largely. What is the wildest thing that you can ask for? All right. Here we go, you guys. Go ahead and type the word reminder now so that you get a quick. Let me put that up for you. One quick second. Um, Where's that? Here we go. Type the word reminder. It's at the bottom of the screen. Type the word reminder so that next Monday morning you will get a reminder in Facebook Messenger that takes you right to the video. And we're starting to talk about money for the next 4 weeks. We're talking every Monday morning about different aspects of money. So you want to be here all 4 weeks and the challenge. So go ahead and type the word reminder in the comments and then check Facebook Messenger. You'll get a message from me where you just click a little thing and it says, all right, we'll send you a link next Monday morning. All right. I love you guys. Have a great Monday. Bye from my mom's garden in Jamaica. Mwah. Have a happy Monday and a great rest of the week. Bye, everyone.